This video will be the even problems on page 515 and 516. So as a reminder, we are solving systems of linear inequalities. So we have two linear inequalities that we graph, and our solution is the overlapped region. So that's the region that we shade. So you graph each one separately and figure out where they overlap. So for number 2, we start by going up 7, and then up 1, right 3, down 1, left 3. This is a dashed or a dotted line because it's not an or equal to. It's a less than, so we would be shading down below the line. Again, I don't shade the whole thing. I just put arrows so I don't have to go back and erase the non-overlapped part. The bottom one, I start up 4, and then down 1, right 1. I can go up 1, left 1. We're not concerned about the exact spot that they hit, even though it does look like this one hits in a nice spot. We don't need the ordered pair like when we did when we had equations. This one would be a solid line because it is an or equal to. Greater than means we would be up above this line, so we are in this region right here. If you want to check to make sure you shaded the correct region, you would just pick any ordered pair in the shaded region and plug it into both inequality to make sure it makes them both true. Number 4, x is less than -4. So remember, if you don't have an x and a y, it is not going to be a slanted line. So for x, we go left 4 for -4, and then we draw straight up and down with a dashed line. Since our sign is a less than, we would be shading to the left of that line. The bottom one we need to put in slope-intercept form, so solve for y by subtracting 3x from both sides. 2y is less than or equal to -3x minus 2. Divide everything by 2. Y is less than or equal to -3 halves x minus 1. So we start down 1, then down 3 and right 2. You can also go up 3 and left 2. This one would be a solid line because it's an or equal to. Less than means we would be down below. So when you draw the arrow, it's a little confusing. So I like to go and say, okay, along this line, it's going to be over here. So this section over here. Number 6, you can find the x and y intercepts if you would like to. You just have to be really careful about the inequality sign. So I'm going to solve it for y anyway. 6x plus 4y is greater than 12. Subtract 6x. 4y is greater than -6x plus 12. Divide everything by 4. Y is greater than -3 halves x plus 3. Don't forget to always simplify your slope. So we start up 3, then down 3 and right 2, up 3 and left 2. This would be a dashed line. It's greater than, so we would be up above that line. The bottom one, I'm going to sneak in down here. So subtract 3x. -4y is greater than -3x plus 8. Maybe you could do the moving the x over without writing it all out. So you could start with that step if you're trying to write a few less things. Divide by -4. So y is less than, since I divided by a negative, I need to flip it. Positive 3/4 x, negative divided by negative is positive, and then -2. So I start down 2, up 3 and right 4, down 3 and left 4. This one is also a dashed line. A couple of my dashes got a little close together there. We flipped it to a less than, so that would be down here. So again, I'm going to go in this section right here. Number 8, all we need to do is divide everything by 8, so I'm going to sneak that under there. Y is greater than -5/4 x plus 3. So I start up 3, down 5, and right 4. This would be a dashed line. Greater than would mean up above that line. Our other one, y is less than or equal to 2. So y equals 2 means I would go up 2, and then I need to draw straight across. This would be a solid line because it is an or equal to. Less than means down below, so we are in this bottom right-hand section. Number 10, I need to solve both of them. So I'm just going to try to write a little bit less. So I know I need to subtract 5x first. So 2y is greater than or equal to -5x plus 4. Then I can divide everything by 2. Y is greater than or equal to -5/2 x plus 2. So I start up 2, and then down 5 and right 2. I could go up 5 and left 2 if I wanted to. This one will be a solid line. Greater than would be up above. The bottom one, first I would subtract x. So that would give me 4y is less than -x minus 8. Divide by 4. Remember there's a 1 in front of there, so y is less than -1/4 x minus 2. So down 2 and then down 1 and right 4, up 1 and left 4. This one will be a dotted line. And a less than, so down below. So this bottom right corner again. And number 12, you probably noticed they look kind of similar over there on the left-hand side. But we're just going to see what happens when we solve them. So the top one, I would subtract x first. -2y is greater than or equal to -x plus 12. Divide everything by -2. Y is less than or equal to +1/2 x minus 6. So down 6 and then up 1, right 2, down 1, left 2. We have a solid line for that one. And it's a less than, so down below. The bottom one, again, you're going to start by subtracting x. So 2y is less than or equal to negative x minus 8. Divide everything by 2. Y is less than or equal to negative 1/2 x minus 4. So down 4, and then down 1, right 2, up 1, left 2. That one will be solid. And less than means down below. So we're below that line and there. So the very bottom section is what we would shade. We're going to wait on the story problem because there's a set of notes that is just all story problems. So again, you graph each line separately and figure out where they would overlap, and that overlapped area is your solution.